Hey guys, welcome to Desk Jockey Physio, where we help active desk folks feel and move better. My name is Mitch Starkman. I'm an FCAMP registered physiotherapist and sports medicine clinic owner here in Toronto. Thanks for stopping by. Hey everyone, two quick updates before we jump into today's video. Number one, we have a free giveaway today. If you head over to deskjockeyphysio.com/guide, you can download your 5-step guide of how to set up the perfect laptop home office, which you can do right here, okay? And number two, we are now offering online physiotherapy sessions for you folks out there. To learn more about that, head over to deskjockeyphysio.com/online, and we'll see you there. All right, otherwise, enjoy the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, welcome guys. This is our Synergy Live session here. Okay, today we're focusing on lower back and hips. So this is less mobility, more activation. The other two have been activation. Thank you for everyone who's given us feedback so far. We're trying to learn and grow with it, as you can see today with the double screens and some live feedback. And if you guys have more feedback for us today afterwards, please share that with us. So just a quick little update for everybody on there. If you do have handy, get yourself some resistance bands. All you need is one, a loop or a loose one. If you do have one with a pretty tied loop in it, that's great to kind of save you some time later. So if you have a second now, just go ahead and tie that up in the bottom, because we'll be using that. And you don't necessarily need it depending on the level that we do later, but also having a bench handy, a couch, a chair will be useful as well. And then there's something nice and padded for your knees as well. All right. So if there's no other questions from anybody, we're going to jump into things here, okay, to kind of get started. Let's do it, guys. Let's have fun. You know, everyone's lower back probably smoked a little bit. So we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up here to start, okay? We're going to do what we call a child's pose into a cobra. Now, I should mention, as we get into the exercises, I'm going to do my best to add, I'll give you guys options 1, 2, and 3, or 1 and 2. What I'll do is I'll show those exercises up front, and then I'll go ahead and have everyone do them together, and I'll do my best to watch as we go. All right? So for our first exercise or warm-up here today, what we're going to do is just drop back into your hips nice and comfortably. We're going to go into a child's pose and then a cobra, okay? So hips, bum right back into your hips. We're going to sneak down into child's pose and just breathe here for a second, okay? And you guys stay here while I show the next drill. So from this position, what we're then going to do is, and you guys stay here for right now, is slowly slide out and drop down into a cobra. So letting that lower back sink down and come back up, okay? So you guys don't do this part yet. We're gonna rock back into child's pose and then forwards, squeeze the glutes, extend the upper back, okay? We're gonna go for 10 of those. If everybody's ready, you're gonna get a deep breath in, breathe out, drop those hips down, extend the upper back, breathe in there, really stretch that, and come back down. Good. Yeah, that looks great. And then you're going to go a deep breath in again, and out, and drop. As you're dropping, think about your shoulder blades sinking together, and really allowing yourself to get extension and stretch to the upper back. Rock there side to side. Deep breath in, and out. Take away all that strain and stress from the day that tends to get pretty built up this time. Breath in and out. Good. Down again, deep breath and out. This time, see if you can get your pelvis to the ground. There should be no pain with this, guys. It should be comfortable. There should be no pinching in your lower back. Just a nice loose stretch, okay? Right back up, really round the back.
And just go as far as we're comfortable, guys. Don't push anything too hard.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, you want to just go nice and comfy to your limit. If you can only go to here, that's all good. And if this is too much pressure, you can also drop down to your elbows and just hang out here and walk yourself back up. So lots of options here, guys. You can kind of come down even just on your shoulders as well, okay? One more rep of those. I hope everyone's feeling a little bit looser.
Diane, that looks great.
All right. So next up, guys, now we're going to go into another sort of basic drill as a warm-up, which is our cat camel, okay? This one we're going to work and no progressions for this one or different challenge levels. We're just going to go ahead and line up your hands shoulder width apart. So you can see that here on this camera. And what we're going to do with your feet and knees, also hip width apart, is arch or flex your back as hard as you possibly can just to feel comfortable stretching. You no pain here with this, okay? So you gently stretch, flex your chin down, and fully round your spine. From here, you're going to slowly sink down into an arch position, almost curl your lower back into an arch, curl your neck up. Be careful you don't hinge your neck. It should be comfortable. And then you're going to go ahead and flex the opposite. And really, you can kind of shift side to side a little bit. Deep breath in and out. And reverse. That's 2. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and out. And all we're trying to do with this, guys, is get a nice, comfortable mobility break in for the upper back before we go into some strength work, okay? Just a little bit of a warm-up. And back. Good. I should mention today, guys, last time people asked about the music in the back. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we are playing the gym motivation Spotify mix. If anyone wants to listen to their own music or play along to it, you're welcome to jump on that mix there because we jamming. All right, going down and flex, loosen up that whole upper back. Good. And last one. Deep breath in here. Hold that. Fill your belly up. Good. And out. All right. Great. One more stretch here. We've done this one in our hip drill. Okay. What we're going to do is line up in our lunge stretch. For those of you that weren't there for that, we're going to tuck the pelvis underneath, engage the glute, and stretch that hip forwards. Now, for anybody that finds this uncomfortable or is painful on the knee, make sure you pat it. The other option is you can come on up and support yourself in this stretch position, engaging the glute. Both are options, okay? You're just going to gently hold this position, nice and gentle, and we're going to hold this for 30 seconds, okay? In this, you can shift side to side a little bit as you rotate. I'm going to show you an angle from the front here. You can shift a little bit here from the side. Good. Should be comfortable. The stretch should be felt in the front of the hip here, okay? As we go just through the front and hold that. We got 10 more seconds here, breathing in, rocking side to side. Get that whole front of the hip and that fascial system opened up. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and switch. So switch knees here. Other knee down, or again, elevated if that's more comfortable. You're going to engage that glute and press the hip forwards. And we're going to hold that. Deep breath in and out. Sink a little bit deeper and rock. Deep breath in and out. And engage. Good. Again, for anyone coming in late, if you'd like, you can welcome to pop your camera on and we can try to give you feedback. Both myself and Jesse are watching as you guys go through. Deep breath in and out. I'm just going to move position as you guys keep going. And hold that. We got 15 more seconds of this stretch before we get into the good stuff, guys, okay? All right.
This is good stuff.
You're right. This is good stuff. I meant the more good stuff. All right. Awesome. So good. Everyone's warming up. We got a little bit of a mobility drill in. Okay. Now as we're heading into a bit of strength work, I'm going to show you guys 2 options for this exercise. Okay. 1 and 2. And one is easier or one is a bit more challenging, and you can kind of pick which one and we'll do it together afterwards. All right. So this first exercise here we're doing is a bird dog. So for this drill, what you're going to do is line up both knees nice and flat. You want to make sure you're nice and cushioned and your hands flat as well. The chin is tucked and in a good position, okay? Now this is the same for both levels. What we're then going to do is first go ahead and we're going to go ahead and push one leg out behind you. Now, the big thing with this as you push that leg out is you don't want to see the hip come up or down or drop, okay? Really important to stay nice and level. It's a nice, good core control drill. So you're lifting up, engaging the abdominal muscles a little bit, pulling your belly button in, and coming back down. Now, for some of you that might find this challenging, you can also add the arm in. Or not challenging enough, you can add the arm in, so you can move the leg with the opposite arm at the same time, nice and controlled, and back down. And
Alexis is ahead of the game already.
yeah, I see some people going crazy with it. And for the next one, for anyone who wants a little more challenge, you can wrap that band around your foot, support yourself down, and then you can go ahead and actually...
Mitch, can you show that again, how you did that?
How I do the band?
Yeah.
The band, you're going to take a loop and tie it at the end, just like that. Take that loop, wrap it around your foot, hold on with your opposite arm, and from here you're going to go ahead and pull and back down. All right, so those are the three options, either the leg, the arm and the leg, or with the band, okay? So let's go ahead and give those a try, making sure you keep nice and level. So deep breath in with this, guys, and breathe out. And you're going to go ahead and do 8 of these per side. Nice and controlled. You should feel this working in the glute and behind the back.
I really appreciate you guys doing these things.
Oh, well, thank you. And back and down.
Getting all the kinks out of my lower back.
Thank you.
Good. And so you're going to go ahead and really open up, stretch, feel that leg and that hand pull apart from each other as you go. Really stretch those out like you're reaching for the end of this coronavirus.
Reach.
Good. And one more. Good. Then we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So if you're using the band, you're going to switch the band. If you're not, you're going to just switch legs, okay? And we'll go ahead and do that. Any questions, guys? Go ahead.
Quick tip with the bird dog: when you're kicking your leg behind you, think of pushing your heel as far back to the wall behind you as possible. And when you're reaching your arm in front, think of touching that wall in front of you, wherever that wall is. So you're really lengthening as much as you can from your hand and from your foot.
And that's a great tip there, Jesse. So the idea being that as you go ahead and push, you don't want to kind of end halfway. You want to really elongate the spine without tipping or arching. I'm going to just switch back to the legs. So for anyone just doing the leg, controlling here. Good. Hope everyone's feeling great with these. Everyone watch your neck positions. Okay, I see some people with their neck a little bit kinked up. Keep it nice and tucked and engaged back. Good. And take a little bit of a rest there. Whew. This one's one of those ones you don't quite get a burn with, but you feel the activation working. If any questions come, feel free to ask those. We'll take a little bit of a rest. We're going to do one more set of those. Feeling loose. All right, any questions as we go here, guys, or we're going to jump into it again? Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this round one more time. I'm going to start with no band, but you pick your poison of where you're going to start, and we'll go from there. Okay, so again, remember, you can check the angles if you're not sure on this one. We do have 2 cameras set up, so feel free to jump in on both. All right, and maybe I'll change my angle this time for this one. So we're going to go ahead and pull. Remember, like Jesse said, elongate that spine. Make sure you are not arching. And we're going for 8 per side. Nice and controlled. And 5. Seven, good, and 8. Great. Awesome. For this last one here, guys, make sure it's super controlled, super comfortable. And let's go for it. Really reaching back. The number one mistake with this one, guys, is if people are sort of arching over, opening up their hips. You want to make sure you stay nice and controlled, nice and stable as you reach out. For your last couple reps, or if you want a bit of an added challenge, add a little bit of a lateral movement and back in before you come down. So go straight out Go out to the side, back in, and down. One more. Out to the side, back, and down. Good stuff. So we're done our first strength drill. Everyone's feeling warm, feeling good. Next up here, we've got our bridges, okay? So this one we've done before if you've done another class with us, but I'll just kind of quickly reteach it for today. So for our bridges, we have 3 variations we're going to talk about, okay? Option 1 is a classic bridge where you are on your back, nice and supported, your feet flat, hips, knees hip width apart, and you're going to go ahead and push your bum up towards the sky and control it back down. Now, if you have that band handy, you can go ahead and wrap that around your knees, just above the knees on both sides. You can take that and wrap it just above the knees. Now, if you have a longer one, you can go ahead and just tie that. So if you do have a band, I'd recommend putting that on. I'll give everyone a second to do that. While we're waiting on that, if this is too easy for you, or you want a bit more of a challenge, the next option is going up on one leg. So you can go ahead and straighten one leg, push through one, bridge up, make sure you're not dropping, you're keeping level, and come back down. And up, and back down, okay? Now, the third option of this, I remember I told you guys to keep a bench handy or a couch. You can put your back against this guy here and go ahead and bridge from this. This will be the third option, okay? So you can pick your poison in that regard, but first things first is grab that band on. For any of the males out there, sometimes this can pull the hair a little bit, and it sucks, but you get a great burn, so let's do it. So you're gonna go over here, keep those hips nice and level, push that out a little bit, and go ahead and hip thrust up. Control nice and down, and back up. We're going for 10 of these, okay? Good. And back up. I'm going to switch to the single leg option here. You're doing single legs, feel double. Okay, there's no right or wrong with this. Nice, slow, and engaged. Good. 2 more reps, guys. And good. And relax. Great. Those look really good, guys. Was it Alexis with the single leg bridges? That's great. Any questions for anybody so far? They're doing well. Doing good? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try the bridge, the elevated option here. Anyone can do any one that they like. Okay. If we're ready, let's do it. So drive up, nice and control down. The key with this one, guys, is the control. The neck being nice and relaxed. You're not extending or hinging through the neck as you do it. And down, good. That's 4, keep going. I'm gonna drop back down to the ground here to show this other option. Make sure you push those knees apart. Don't let them come together, okay? Keep them pressed apart. As you drive up. Good. I'm gonna finish off with my right leg because I left it hanging last time. And one more. Good. Awesome. Great work, guys. Okay, we've got some bridges done. Now, for anyone afterwards, we're trying to keep these for you guys to about 30 to 40 minutes, but if you want some more, feel free to go through one more set of all these, because usually we like to do about 3 sets. Today we're doing a little bit less to get a bit more in for you overall. Okay, so this next one, it's going to cut me out of the frame a little bit. I apologize. Ratios and cameras and all that stuff. But what we're going to do with this one is go ahead and do a leg lift out to the side. So I'm going to show you from 2 angles. If this is too easy or you want a bit more challenge, again, you can go ahead and use your band and I'll show you that, okay? I'm going to show you 2 options. So the first one is standing up nice and tall. You're going to go ahead and pull onto a wall, something for support, and lift your leg out to the side. Now, just to show you a couple angles of that, so I'm here. My leg's not coming straight. It's coming back a little bit behind me and out to the side. Out like this. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make is if you look here at my lower back, it's not an arch or a side bend. My pelvis stays completely neutral, and I lift my leg out to the side, just like that. All right? Now, for some folks that find that a little bit too easy, or they want a bit more of a challenge, you can simply go ahead and step on that same band with your other foot, lock it down, and then you're going to go ahead and push out to the side. Same thing. So you're here and you're pushing out with that band, making sure you keep yourself nice and level. Okay? So pick your option here, guys. Either go with the band or without the band. I'm going to go without the band to start. Let's go ahead. We're going to do 10 reps per side here, okay? So holding on to something nice and stable for balance. You should feel that working right deep in the back of the hip, engaging. Good. If you're not feeling it in the back of the hip and you're feeling it in the front, that means your leg is too far forwards, okay? Make sure it's behind you. And it should be a relatively pinpoint in your back pocket. This one does like to burn a little bit in all the best ways. Good. Awesome. Now we're going to switch sides. Now the leg you are standing on will feel this. It will be challenging as well, and that's okay because you are having to stabilize your hip. So kind of lift those out. Really feel that in the glute, guys. If you don't, like I said, bring it back a little behind you. If you still don't, try adding the band to make it a little bit more challenging, because this one should really isolate. And the reason why this is important for your lower back is this muscle plugs in and attaches, and you can rest there, guys, right onto the pelvis. So it actually runs from the base of the hip right to the top of the lower pelvis, and even some fibers up towards the stabilizing the sacrum and the tailbone. So we want to make sure this is nice and stable and solid. So for our next round, I'm going to add a bit of a band to it. But people can do kind of what they're comfortable with. I see someone getting a pink band out there. That's awesome. That is good. Okay, so people are feeling ready and feeling good. We're going to go ahead and lock it in. So again, stabilizing that. If you're using the band, use your foot you're standing on to push it down and out to the side. With the band, it's quite a bit more of a stretch or a strain. Now I see someone using the band there. You want to step on the other side of the band on the ground if you can. It'll be a bit better of a pull as opposed to holding. Good, nice and slow. And guys, a big thing with this is control. The slower you go, the harder this tends to be. And we do want it to be hard. Good, and one more. Whew. Good, I'm feeling that burn. Okay, good. And we're going to switch sides onto that band. Again, just to show that one more time, if you're using the band, I'm stepping with my non-moving foot on the ground to stabilize it, and my moving foot is pushing away. And my hands are just supporting me balance-wise, so I don't do anything crazy like fall over, hurt myself, which we don't want to do, of course. That's 6. Feel that burn. Good. And last one. All right. Whew. Okay, good. 2 more exercises to go, guys. So our next one here is a bit of a plank variation, okay? 2 options for this. So the base position is a front plank. If a front plank is uncomfortable on your wrists or your hands, you can definitely do this on an elevated surface like a couch or a desk or on a wall, okay? Everything else is true or the same. So if I'm going onto the ground, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my hands down almost in like a high plank or push-up position, and I'm going to hold from here. Now, I'm going to show this first, then we'll do it together. So I'm going to come up and hold. Now, my bum is a little bit higher than it looks like it should be. If you're down here, your glutes aren't engaged, and you're hanging on your hip flexor. So you're a little bit up, your bum is squeezed, and you're holding this position, okay? That's position number 1. Now, option 2 is we're going to add in what we call shoulder taps. So what that is from this same position, you're going to go ahead and just tap up the opposite shoulder. You might be able to see it better from this side camera. Over here and back. I'll just do one facing here in case people don't know how to switch. So we're here, and you're switching on there. Okay.
You can also do that from like a countertop if you can. Is there a way of showing that, Mitch?
Yeah. So I was saying earlier, you could use a elevated surface like a chair, a table, or even a wall, and do the same thing here with taps like this. Or if that's a bit more challenging on sore on the wrist, you can use a wall and do the same thing, changing your level of incline that you have. All right. So absolutely, those are all options to do. So if we're good to go, let's go ahead and jump into this programming. So we're going to go ahead and hang out on like this, again, on the wall, on the surface, whatever it might be. And we're going to hold. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do 3 taps, 2, I should say 3 per side, and then we're going to rest down. If you're holding a plank, you rest for a second. If you're holding it up here, you rest for a second. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and do that again. So up top, holding, we're going to go ahead and taps. That's 2. Those look great on there. And 3. Good. And sit back. Keep going with the ones you're doing. I'm going to switch just to show this option on the countertop and or chair. Bit more of an elevated position, okay? But if you're doing it on the ground, keep doing with that one. So from here, we're up, glutes are engaged, and we're going to go ahead, again, taps. And keep going. Good. And rest. Good. We have another set of those to do. Take a bit of a rest. This one you should feel a little more activation across the front of the core and the shoulders, but still nice, slow, and controlled. Okay? This is a bit more of our core stability. Any questions, guys, before we jump? Everyone, this makes sense to everybody, this one drill, before we jump into another round? I don't see any questions popping up. Good. I see someone grabbing a countertop or a table. That's great. Okay, let's get back into it. So we're going to come over here again, guys. Elevating on top, keeping that tabletop position, and go ahead and tap. And again, we're being careful. We're not dropping our bodies down. We're staying nice and stable and controlled. One more per side. Great work. Good. Quick rest. I'm going to go back down to the floor, but keep doing any level that you're doing. And let's jump right back into it, guys. Up top again. And that's 2. And switch. Good. And back down. Great. And rest. And we want these to be nice and slow, okay? I see some people doing it fast. You want it to be controlled on this. You can do it fast, but if we're working on the core stability, we want it to be a slow, controlled exercise, okay? Quick rest, and one more set. All right?
Can you also demonstrate it from your knees, perhaps?
Yep. Another option you can do is from the knees if this is challenging. So you can go plank from the knees if you don't have anything to elevate on. You guys can see me on my knees, and we're doing the same thing. That's a great point. So you can do them from here as well. So do knees, feet, or elevated. Back up. And slow, controlled taps. Really make yourself work this last round, guys. I want you to feel the shake a little bit no matter what level you're doing. We're doing 3 rounds. Let's go ahead and add a 4th rep per side for this last one, okay? Good. Great work, guys. Okay. We got one more exercise still. We're not off the hook yet. So next up, we're going to use a couch table. You don't need this, but it's helpful to have. Okay, we're going to do something we call sit to stands. So what this movement is we're going to start sitting, and we're going to stand up. Now, if you have yourself a resistance band, if it's looped, that's helpful. If it's not, that's okay. Just go ahead and take your current band you have and tie it in a loop above the knees. Okay, so I'll let everyone go ahead and get started with that just to get it wrapped up. I'm going to put mine here as well. So just above the knees. Perfect. And just to show from this angle in the front, this is hip width apart. So I'm not falling in, I am pushing out and engaging the front of my knees, on my hips, on my feet. Okay? Now, what we're going to do here is rock the trunk forward, keeping my back straight, lift my bum, use my glutes to push forward and stand tall. Then I'm going to go ahead and control that movement back. We're not just going to sit back down. Okay? We're going to control it. So forward and up, squeeze the glute at the top, and slowly lower back down. Okay?
That's great, Mary Paul.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this, guys. I see everyone getting started. Let's keep going. That's awesome. Good. Push back. There should be no knee pain with this one, guys. It should be comfortable. If you have any discomfort with it, you can try going a little less deep or modify your foot position a little bit. You can put your feet a little wider. You can put your feet a little bit closer. You can even play around with the angles of your feet a bit as well, but it should be slow, controlled, and comfortable. We're going for 10 of these, okay? If you've done 10, you can take a rest.
Diane, can you hear me? Put a pillow underneath you. Sit on a pillow. There you go. That's better.
Great. Good. And rest there. You can grab a seat, take a little bit of a rest on that. Shake it out a little bit. Great work, guys.
One more tip I'll make. Sorry.
Yep.
When I'm noticing when people are sitting down, they're fully sitting down. Just try and tap. Just tap the bench, the couch, the chair you're on, and then get back up. So you're not fully sitting all the way down. You're just kind of tapping and pushing back up to keep the contraction, the muscles alive the entire time.
That's right. So just to kind of visualize what Jesse's saying is he means when you come down, just kind of hover. If your finger was there, it wouldn't be hurt. It wouldn't be crushed. Think about a child's hand. Maybe not a child's hand. An egg. Think about an egg. And if you sat down too hard, you'd crush that egg. You want to make sure that you keep that egg nice and secure and just go down enough to feel it and back up. It's a great point. All right, so if we're ready, we're going to go ahead and go into 10 more of those. If this is easy and you want a little bit more of a challenge, guys, you can pick up a small weight of any sort. This could be a backpack, water bottle, a big gallon of water, and you can hold that and go ahead and make this a bit more challenging. But you don't need it.
That looks so much better.
Good, keep going, guys. Good, make sure.
Come up all the way straight. Squeeze at the top.
That's what I actually was about to say. Make sure you squeeze at the top with the glutes fully engage. Don't let yourself cheat it. Don't come here, come there. Fully drive the hips out. Back up, drive, squeeze, squeeze. Let's go for 2 more, guys. And last one. Good. And relax. Awesome. Good. Hope everyone's feeling good. Good work so far. So that's 2 rounds of everything that we did. I'm going to propose we do one last set, one extra set of those sit to stands now that we're awesome with them. If you did it with a band before, keep the band on. If you used no weight, hold something, right? Hold something, even if it's your remote control, something to get you a little bit more of a challenge for one last round, okay? And then we'll let everyone get back to their Tuesday afternoon, all right? So if we're ready and we're feeling good, Unless there's any questions, anyone feel free to ask them during this last set. I'm going to pick up whatever weight you're choosing to use. And I'll just actually, an option as well if anyone has bands, is you can use a band for this as well. So I can hold a band, and as I squat down, this can be my resistance as well. Just as another option if you're looking for something else to use as a resistance, okay? And back up. Good. Nice and controlled. And up. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us today. I hope that it was helpful. People's glutes are feeling a bit more active, a bit more controlled, a little bit more stable. We're all sitting a lot more in probably worse positions than we've been sitting for in a long time, and under more stress than we've been in for a long time. So it's important for us to take care of our bodies here and keep ourselves as healthy and comfortable as we can. 2 more. And last one. Good. And back down. Awesome. So for everyone that stuck with us here,